Analytical report, the change of beneficiary in the tropical park contract. Today, we break down a controversy that calls into question the procedures, ethics, and transparency in the management of funds in Miami-Dade County. The setting: the operating contract for the Tropical Park Equestrian Center. The problem: the change of beneficiary of an annual contribution of up to $300,000. The key question: public benefit or political favoritism. The contract, signed with Loud and Live Management Group, has a term of 20 years and generates more than $40 million in revenue for the county. Under the agreement, Loud and Live must contribute $250,000 annually, which will later increase to $300,000. That money was supposed to go to a nonprofit foundation focused on agriculture. So far, everything seems normal. But here begins the anomaly. Instead of an open process with notice and the right to protest, the resolution sponsored by Commissioner Anthony Rodríguez directly designated a 3 Foundation Corp., an organization created only in 2023. In other words, they bypassed the process. There was no competition, no opportunity for objection, and no transparency. This is the heart of the debate. The Parks Foundation of Miami-Dade, founded in 2004 with a proven track record. Programs like Fit2 Lead Youth Internship have reduced youth crime by up to 30%. In 2019, it contributed more than $600,000 to the park system and received multi-million-dollar grants from organizations like the Children's Trust, a 3 Foundation corporation created in 2023. It has no website or verifiable programs, less than $25,000 in the bank before the contract. Its sole employee, Francisco Petrina, receives an annual salary of $80,000. The decision to allocate the funds to a newly created foundation with no real impact raises an obvious question. Was this a meritocratic choice or a political one? The case cannot be understood without looking at the protagonists. Anthony Rodríguez, President of the Miami-Dade County Board of Commissioners, sponsor of the resolution. Francisco Petrina, President of the A3 Foundation, and at the same time, Chief of Staff to the City Manager of Miami. Jose Felix Diaz, former legislator and high-level lobbyist, Vice President of the Parks Foundation. A triangle of political power, lobbying, and intersecting interests. Although the money comes from a private concessionaire, when conditioned by a commission resolution, it becomes de facto public money, but without the same scrutiny or control. This procedure violates the spirit of due process by eliminating the possibility of protest, raises conflicts of interest since a public official, Petrina, is paid by a foundation benefited by the decision of another public entity, blurs the line between private and public funds, creating a model of covert political patronage. The decision to benefit the A3 Foundation first and then the Parks Foundation doesn't just affect Tropical Park, it sets a dangerous precedent in Miami-Dade that funds can be directed according to political expediency without transparency or competition. Are we facing an isolated exception or a model that erodes public trust in public-private partnerships? Time and citizen oversight will tell. Transparency today, trust tomorrow.